Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another exciting episode of our Tech Talk podcast. I'm your host, Ania Siddiqui, and today we are diving into a topic that's absolutely critical in today's digital landscape backup and data protection. So, with the increasing number of cyber threats, data loss incidents, and growing complexity of IT environments, having a solid backup strategy is no longer optional right now. It's a necessity. So, to help us unpack this topic, we have with us an expert in the field. His Gururaj Katti. Gururaj brings a wealth of experience in backup solutions, data resilience, and disaster recovery, basically. So, he'll be sharing his insights on best practices, common challenges, and maybe the future of backup technologies. So, welcome to the show, Guru. How are you doing today?
Hello, Ania. Thank you so much for having me today. It's great to be part of this Tech Talk podcast arranged by Tech Exchange. Thanks for the quick introduction of myself. So I work with the ICT industry for 20 plus years, and I specialize in data lifecycle management. And it's great to be part of this Tech Talk podcast to share some insights.
It's great to have you here as well. As we know that backup and data protection can sometimes feel like an afterthought until disaster strikes. So I'm excited to get your take on how businesses can stay ahead and protect their most valuable digital assets.
Absolutely.
Let's make this an interactive one for our listeners. So my question to you would be why backup and data protection should be a top business priority.
That's a great question, and yeah. So as we all know, data is the lifeblood of our modern business. Any disruption which causes to this data access due to, let's say, cyber threats or hardware failures, or it could be human errors, can lead to massive financial and reputational damages, right? So that's the reason companies definitely need to have a comprehensive backup and disaster recovery solutions in place to ensure they have the business continuity and resiliency against ransomware attacks or the cyber threats, and also meet the regulatory compliances which are required in multiple verticals to protect the data data damages, right? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, the biggest mistakes company make and how to avoid them.
Um, I would say it's not mistake, but I would say it's a lack of awareness. I believe we have to bring it on the table for most of the companies, making them aware of why backup and disaster recovery protection is very important for their business. So the common mistakes, which I would say, which I have seen when I'm talking to the customers, are lack of proper backup plans, right? So they don't have plan to how do they need to back up the data, and sometimes now it is ransomware has become predominantly a talk of the town. So you have to protect the data against ransomware attacks, right? They also need to keep in mind that how fast they can recover in terms of disaster strikes to them, right? So that is something which most of the customers we need to make them aware to how keep in mind. Maybe have a disk to disk backup plan than disk to tape, because tape takes longer duration to recover the data from, right? And the compliance gaps, which is very important, right? Many organizations nowadays, when we talk about having compliance with the backup regulations, it's very important. If they don't have it, then they end up paying penalties to authorities, right? So it's very important to have a backup plan in place which is according to the compliant regulations, especially some of the verticals like healthcare industry. According to DHA, they need to have at least 15 years of data to be put in the backup for patient data to be retained, basically, right? So such kind of compliance requirements make it very important to have a backup in place to ensure they are securing and safeguarding the data for longer duration. So some of these which we have to talk to our customer and ensure they are aware of it and they are having a proper plan with that.
That's a great point. Absolutely. Even I think that highlights the need, for continuously learning in the data security space.
Absolutely.
What are the practical tips to strengthen your backup strategy?
So yeah, we talked about making customer aware of the typical mistakes they make or typical awareness they should have when we talk about backup and data recovery. It is very important to know what are the backup strategies they should have in place, right? So it's very important to have the 3211 backup rule. That means they should have at least 3 copies of data, 2 types of media, which where they store the data, and at least one offsite copy. This is the 321 rule. The last one is very important, which has become predominantly in this recent era, which is immutable copy because of the ransomware attacks. So which adds one more 1 to 3 to 1 rule, backup rule. So basically, this is the something which we need to make our customer aware, and this supports them to recover the data in any scenario during the disaster strikes, basically. Um, and they also need to ensure the faster recovery because if there is a data on production which is lost, if they want to recover it from the tape, it might take, let's say, from days to weeks. But if they are having a solution which could actually help them recover much faster, bring their critical virtual machines or the production environment much faster, that will help them actually to bring the production back online very much faster, right? So having 3 to 1 month strategy will ensure companies to recover the data much faster and also be ready with in case of disaster strikes to them. The backup and disaster recovery will be much faster and much easier having this status in place. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So at Axo Ania, we will help our customers to have this strategy in place, detect the ransomware or cyber threats before they happen,
Yeah.
and protect the data against the loss, right? And recover their business much faster. So we ensure this is a strategy in place for our customer at Axo. So this will help them to, come back to production much faster.
Okay. How AI and automation are changing the game?
Definitely, artificial intelligence is touching everyone's life, every part of the industry, right? So backup and disaster recovery is not an exception as well. So AI and automation are transforming actually the backup and data protection by predicting failures, detecting threats, and optimizing the recovery process, right? So adoption of AI in any backup software or the industry makes it more advantageous to be aware, be protective, and be ready for the recovery in terms of disaster strikes. So AI definitely makes it a difference, and it helps the industry to recover much faster in terms of disasters, basically. Yeah.
That was really insightful. So, this has been such an insightful discussion. Backup and data protection might not always be the most exciting topic, but as we have learned today, it's absolutely essential, for businesses to continuity, for business continuity and security. So, so fantastic. And to our audience, thank you for tuning in. If you found this episode valuable, don't forget to follow the Tech Talk for more expert insights on cybersecurity, IT trends, and beyond. So stay secure, stay informed, and we'll see you in the next episode. Tech Exchange being a partner of ArcServe, please get in touch with us to secure and protect your data with ArcServe. Thank you.
Thank you, Ania.
Thank you.